Today we are going to be learning how to plot graphs using Matlab and the introduction of Matlab script or editor window. Now, the first thing we do is to launch our Matlab from the desktop. So you double click on your Matlab program and the Matlab is being launched. So you wait until the software boots up before you can be able to start using it. Okay, it's now up. So now you can see that this is our command window. Now I want to use my script window. So you go to the extreme right, left, and click on new script. Double click on it. Now what you have here right now is the script window, and what you have below is your command window. So now we want to write a program that can be able to plot a graph, and the program we want to write the program in such a way that the user will provide the values that are needed to plot the graph. So what do we do? So we are going to use user inputs to do this. So the first thing we do, you have to write C clear, you write CLC, you write use variable X, okay, capital letter, variable X is assigned to input, brackets, quotation, say the values of X, so we put a semicolon so that will suppress it. So Y, you say impute the values of Y. Semicolon. Now it's a plot. Plots S, Y. Okay. And comma. The type of line. This is the type of line we want. We want a dotted line. We want the dotted line to have 0. We want the color to be black, so put K. So that is why we put this. Then you put your quotation mark, put a comma here, inverted comma, tap. So at this time, you now say title. You have to title the graph. So the title is my capital letter my first graph on Maths with Matlab. Now S label S label S label say values, say S values. Y label Y label Y values. Now, if you have Y values, the next thing is to create the grid. So write grid on. So if you want to create your axis yourself, you don't want the system to manage your axis for you, you say axis so the first two you're going to type is for X. So you say X axis ranges from 0, 0,10, and the second ranges from, let's say, 1,20. So the first is X, the second is Y. So you cover. So we have created a program to be able to plot a graph in Matlab. So having done this, the next thing you do is to save the program before you can run it. If you look at this place, it's written on title. So you click on save as. So I told you it's going to be .m file. So let's use my underscore graph to save it. So look at it here, my graph.m. So now we are ready to run the program. So you click here. I can see the system is demanding that we should provide the value of X. So say the value of s is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the value of x. The value of y. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's the value of y. Now you can see that the system have debugged. There is a problem, undefined function of variable x, errors in my graph, line 5, plot this. So what you have here is what you're going to have here. You know, we have capital letters here and we use small letters here. Why? That is why the system could not pull up. Remember what I told you, that Matlab is case sensitive. Matlab is case sensitive. So you correct the stuff. You can call it debugging. You debug the stuff and you run the program again. Whatever you do, you save first before you run. Now it's demanding for the values again. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So now you can see the graph. You can see the graph. The graph ranged from these x values, these y values. This is my first graph with Matlab. So that's the title. That's the S label. That's the y values. So this is it. Now the system is still telling us something. The system is telling us that lost limits, lost set limits, xj arguments. That means maybe our value is beyond. We have for the y to be from 1 to 20, and this from b from 0 to this. So the system is debugging it. It's saying that vector must have 4, 6 or 8 elements. Vector must have 4, 6 or 8 elements. So we need to correct the axis. So that is why it couldn't work. This one and this one is not the same, so that is why it couldn't work. So Adebe will say from 2 to 20, maybe it would have worked. So let's edit it and see what happens. So let's say from 1 to 10, and from 1 to 10 again. So you save, run the program again. So I provided the x and y values and we press. It's still showing us the same error again. The graph will be plotted, but the error message is still coming up. And what the error message is, an error in graph line 10, axis 1,10 and 1,10. And 1,10. So one of the ways to check whenever you have issues like this, you can go back to your help file. How do you navigate to help file? Because when you go to help, you will see how this particular function is being used. So that it can help you to, especially when the problem is coming, when the bug is coming from a function that you used. So you can click on F1. You can see the file is here. So we are looking on axis, S mean, X max, Y mean, Y max. Can you see why we're having an error message? X mean, X max, Y mean, Y max. So the value is supposed to be in brackets before parentheses. So if you go further, you can see an example of how it is used. So this is an example. So this is a graph. So it's a plot. So you can see how it is done. This is your axis. This is your X. This is your Y. So the problem we have there is that we didn't put bracket before the parentheses. So having known this, we can correct this and move ahead. So we can say that this starts from 0 to 10 and this starts from 1 to 10. So you save and you run. So provide the values again. So you can see that we didn't have the error message again, and the graph plot, you can look at it, starting from 0 to 10 and 1 to 10. So I believe we can now understand clearly how to write a program that can be able to plot a graph. We can change the color of this line. We can still make it to be just a thick line. Let's do it and see how it goes so that we learn. So what we just do is that's the advantage of using your editor window. So you go back to where you say plot. You change this to this, change this to star, and change this to Maybe let's use red. Okay, so let's see how the colors is going to be. So we are going to save again and plot the graph once again. So let's change our axis. Let's say this ranges from 0 to 10, and this one ranges from 0 to 5 to 7, right? This is y-axis to 12 to 15. No, that should put it that way. So you save. When you save, you run again. System will demand the same thing, so it puts 1. So just for a quick one, so it is so you can see the graph has been plotted. So you have now a star and you have a red line, and you have all the characteristics of the graph. So that is it. So this is how to plot your graph in Matlab. Now, what if we want to plot not just one graph, but more than one graph in Matlab? What you're going to do here is to create more y-axis. So I'm not going to clean up what I've done already. The only thing I have to edit my program. That is the advantage of using editor's window. So what I'll just do here is to click here. This one, I will now say this one is y1. I'll create y2. y3. So the values of y3. So we have created y1, y2, and y3. Now, having 3 graphs like this in one graph, you need to create what we call legend or key. Legend or key. So you're going to put so let's put it under here. So we're going to have legend. So we have legend. we have a bracket. What is the name of the legend? So you're going to write the name of each of the legends and put comma. Okay, so you put the first one. Let's assume is let's say it's good. Second one bad, and the third one we say is ugly. Let's look at this. Look at it. So we say good, comma, bad, ugly. You have the good, the bad, and the ugly as the name of each of these graph, the legend. So now when you want to plot, it's not going to be s comma y1 then you have s comma y2, you have s comma y3. So this is what we have. Now in terms of the type, this one is red. Let's say the other one is going to be, let's use this. Let's use zero. Let's use black. Because the next one is let's use dash line. We have used star. We have used circle. What do we use again? We can use points, dots, use yellow. Not put your inverted comma. So we are done. So let's run the program. So you save. So you run. So you can see the value of x of the first. So y1, let's say 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. Y2, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Y3, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So now object name line, property name, this. So we have to correct debug this because there is an error. There is an error, so we have to correct that error. So we'll go back to our this thing. That is why the graph was not able to plot. So we'll go back and go back. Okay, let's just use one. Let's use one property first. See how it goes. Use one property. Remember that's why these things are appearing this way is that we didn't put semicolon. So we save and run. So we have provided the values and we'll run. You can see there is no error message, there is nothing to debug. So you go back and check the graph. You can see it. We'll have 3 different graphs here: the red, the green, and the blue. So the blue one is good, the green one is bad, and this one is ugly. So this is how to plot your graph using Matlab, where you can plot more than 3 graphs in one sheet. Now you can edit your graph here. You can edit your graph here by, if you want to increase the color or change the color, you can do that. Now if you want to increase the line weight, so you go to tools. So whatever you want to edit here, you can do it. This is your insert. So So this will view this edit. Is it a line? Is it the graph itself you want to edit? You can do that. Whatever you want to edit, axis properties, figure properties, you can edit them. So if you say axis properties, the system is going to look at it. Yes, you have this. So you can change your axis, you can manipulate them however you want it. You can change these values. You can rewrite this. You can rewrite this. You can change the color of this. If I want it black, it goes to okay. The dots, you can see the dots are now black. They use dots. So this is dot color. So we have succeeded in doing that. So anything on this graph can be altered, can be changed. So that is how to plot your graph. So let's off it so you can see the program. So that is how to do that. Now, what if we want to plot a semi-log graph? A semi-log graph. If you want to plot a semi-log graph, it's just very simple. Instead of typing plot here, you type what? You type semi-log s. What semi-log s means is that the logarithm aspect is going to be on the x-axis, while the y-axis is going to be what? Linear. If you write semi-log y, what it means is that the y section is going to be log, while the x section is going to be linear. So let's just plot this graph again and see how it's going to look. So we're going to save. We have edited something, then we'll run our stuff again. I'm going to use 1 to 10. I'm going to use 1 to 100. I'm going to use this 1 to 100. Just for example sake. I made a mistake. You can edit it. This is supposed to be semicolon. So we'll run the program again. So run it again. So we use x, we provide a value of x. So x is from 1 to 10. You can equally write it from 1 to 10. One to 100. One to 100. One to 100. So these are the values. So you run. So we have the vectors must be the same lengths. You can see semi-log x. So let's change the vectors to the same length. So let's say 1 to 10. Everything should put 1 to 10 for a quick one. So everything is in the same unit, so you can see it. Now the graph has been plotted. So this is a semi-log graph. So you have you have your graph. So that is how to plot a semi-log graph. You can see that the x-axis is a logarithmic graph, while your y-axis is on a linear type. So thank you for listening to the video class. Next time we'll look at how to write some other programs. Thank you.